Yes, you may please start. Yeah.
Okay, so for the game, I'll share the screen later.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, so for never have I ever. So I'm going to ask simple questions, and if this has ever happened with you, please raise your hand in the chat box. Okay, this is experience sharing, so I'm trying to find some links of commonality that
So
could
let's
have
request
happened.
everyone to have their cameras on, Ritika, because I think everybody should participate.
Actually, if we all have a drink, probably we can, take a sip. That's how this game is commonly played, right?
Yeah.
Can we request everyone to have their cameras on? Okay, go ahead, Ritika.
Okay, so never have I ever made a small mistake and blamed it on a patient. Okay, no? Okay. Never have I ever ruined someone's mood with my heart-wrenching, sad medical cases. Okay. Never have I ever struggled to keep my cool in front of an agitated, demanding relative. It happened with me just today. So I really had to keep it all in. Okay. Never have I ever made excuses to get out of a tricky situation.
So those who are raising hand, that means they have never done it.
So they have.
Me,
Okay.
have done it. Have done it.
Have done.
Never, it is sounding different. Never.
I thought it was never means that I have never done it.
Uh,
Done it,
I
so
was-
I won't raise the hand.
Okay, so the idea is you take a sip of water or something if you've actually done it. So in this game I made it raise hand in the chat box if this has actually happened with you.
Because your statement was never have I. That means I have never done it. So
The name of the game is actually never have I ever. That's why I.
the
implied opposite. Even I thought that maybe we have to say no.
Oh.
I was surprised. I think Gaurang has never done it. It's very scary. Even
Because
Gaurang
always
is like,
Gaurang is in the hand.
others
I
are
thought
like,
maybe he has not tasted
They're
that
really
much
very
of life
smart
as a doctor.
Okay. Okay, and the last one. Okay. Never have I ever raised my voice at a relative. Or let me phrase it differently. I have raised my voice at a
everybody
relative.
will now raise their hand because now they have understood the meaning of your statement.
Okay, so the basic idea of this was to start with an icebreaker activity to get everyone on board, and we've had a lot of these experiences and we still continue to have them on a day-to-day basis at work. So my topic is experience sharing as a way to facilitate communication. And the first thing I would like to start with is by telling one case study that had happened. This is like an observational study that I had learned a long way back in 2017. So this was when I was very newly joined in a hospital, and there was this particular lady who was 28 and she had a miscarriage, and she refused to talk to anyone about it. She was married for around 4.5 years, and she was trying to conceive for quite some time, and she wasn't able to, and finally she had conceived, and then she had a miscarriage. So the gynac on call, her gynac suggested that we should raise a counselor referral for her. So that's when we were called in. So I had gone to counsel her, and I realized that no matter what I did, I wasn't able to get through her. She wasn't able to relate to me, and she just wasn't opening up. And I thought, I don't know, I'm not able to do it. So the next day, the senior counselor at work went to talk to her, and she opened up about her own miscarriage, which had happened a couple of years ago, and how now she has a healthy baby and it had all worked out in her favor. And that's when the patient started opening up to her. And I was standing there because I was asked to observe. So she started opening up to her and telling her how the baby was due on their anniversary and it meant a lot to her. She wanted to do this and she really wanted it, and she never thought she'd be one. She wanted to be a mother ever since she was growing up, and she spoke about all these things. And I kept thinking, why didn't she tell me all of this yesterday when I had come here? So it was a learning for me, and that is when later ma'am told me that sometimes self disclosure is a technique that we use to help them know that they are not alone. And we can understand, we are just not simply saying ha hum samajh rahe hain aap jo bol rahe hain. It's not just that, it's an experience sharing wherein you actually get to them by sharing a very very personal experience of yours. Maybe not be, it necessarily doesn't have to be so personal, but you're connecting with them on some level and they are able to relate to you. So that's all what experience sharing is about. Very quickly I'll take you through the PPT. Share screen. Yeah. So, um, so like I said, in counseling, we have a technical term for experience sharing called self-disclosure. It's a very conscious, intentional technique in which a clinician shares information about their lives, or even a trainer can share information when with the audience whenever the trainer thinks it's relevant. It could be, it roughly translates to when we were in school and our teachers used to talk about something and we felt, oh yeah, now we suddenly enjoying this lecture of this particular teacher. So it was probably because she was helping to gain that trust with the class. She was trying to the teachers now suddenly perceived as approachable, very friendly. And experience sharing has its advantages. It also helps to develop perspectives wherein other people realize that, oh, this person, the trainer or the clinician's life is not free of any problems, or they are not any devoid of feelings, and I'm not alone. We all have probably faced this up, and now that they're talking about it, I can also open up about my feelings to someone who is more open. So there is a lot of modeling behavior that also happens. Disadvantages of experience sharing are, it tends to move the focus away from the client, wherein there is a the person who's speaking, like either the trainer or the counselor, takes on most of the time, and then there is a derailment that could happen wherein there is a role confusion of who's helping who eventually. Sometimes it could be unnecessary and it could burden the client, like they are come to you to get help and seek help, and it might not really be helpful to them if you are telling them, हाँ ये तो मेरे साथ भी हुआ, ये तो कुछ नहीं है, ये तो सबके साथ होता है. So trivializing it or normalizing it also doesn't really help. When so too much of experience sharing can be a problem, and the timing of it is also extremely important. It can't be done too early in the session, it can't be done too late in the session when probably the moment is already gone. Certain do's and don'ts are, we have to ensure that it matches the audience's needs or the client's needs. It can't be a total derailment from what is being discussed. It needs to be very brief and focused. Yes, we cannot burden the person who's listening to us or add to their problem. It can't be used too frequently because then again, role confusion, कौन यहाँ पे किसका मदद कर रहा है, कौन किसको सिखा रहा है, that there should never come that question mark. And like I said before, we have to ensure that the timing is right. Simple do's and don'ts of experience sharing. And yes, thank you. Our whole class has been experience sharing from the very beginning. So that has really helped me a lot. So when the topics were given, this was the first topic I chose because I felt like we've been doing this, so I can explain this. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Ritika. Thank you for talking about experience sharing as a way to facilitate your session. I think it works a lot, especially if consultants, they share their personal experience with their residents. Residents will become comfortable. Ramya, you said you have nurses working with you who make mistakes. If you can talk to them and tell them, then when I was, in the beginning of my career, I had similar glitches. And you could also, I don't want to use this word fake a story, but you could make a story that could kind of illustrate where you could tell them that I went to my supervisor and I shared that, and my supervisor helped me in this way. So I have learned that this is the way to help your, new joinees, to mentor them, to coach them, because these are the words we have to become comfortable as we are growing up in seniority. You will have a lot of people working under you, and you'll have to really use these techniques to take them on board and then win their confidence, and also, honor their trust, whatever confidence and trust they have in you. When you say, okay, I'll not be sharing what you share with me, we don't have to share that, but we have to take a corrective and preventive action. So Ritika, thank you so much. I think experience sharing is a very wonderful way. I think it works for all of us, I think, isn't it? I think I do a lot of experience sharing in terms of my failures with all of you. And the idea is that, the feeling that not that any one of us is perfect in our way. We are all learning, we are all growing. And that's perfectly all right. Yes, Dr. Dipti, you wish to say something?
Yes, I want to say experience sharing with colleagues, with students, and such sort of a setup is still easy. But with patients, at times we have to dig out.
Yeah.
And it is difficult. We all do it once a while, but it's something which can be done. Even about miscarriage, we require something of your own. We are also human, no? All the time we may not like to share our personal problems or go into that grief of ours or whatever.
So Dr. Dipti, you're right here. Actually, there are a dual school of thoughts around it. One school strictly prohibits, therapists and therapists especially from self-disclosure. One school says that you should not, divulge your personal story with patients, because your therapeutic alliance with the patient can get affected. Treatment outcome can get affected. But now we have diverse opinions about the same thing. Some people feel that self-disclosure will immediately connect your patient with you. What I would see from my personal experience of counseling and handling patients, you have to be really mindful of what you are sharing and how much you are sharing and with whom you are sharing. So sharing something like to do with parenting or to do with your small, like if we talk in Johari Windows term, that public self, which is okay to share, that's fine. But sharing your personal close information with patients and unknown, of course, is not an advisable thing. So self-disclosure has to be done with great care. But as a trainer, I think when we are, working on our training skills and communication skills and content, there, if I'm disclosing in front of you that, okay, I had this fiasco, you will learn from that. Not that you will think, oh, she's a good trainer or not a good trainer or a bad trainer, but you will get an idea, okay, I have to be careful on what mistake I'm doing. So we have to be mindful of what we are sharing.
Put a very correct level, our public self and our personal self. So it is very difficult if we try to share our personal self, we may not like it.
Absolutely, absolutely. I have seen in one of the participants in one of my group, in another group, he wrote a blog about his childhood journey. He's a doctor. He wrote his blog about his childhood journey, and that did not, bring a very, pleasant memories. So the risk is when you're sharing your personal self in this manner, it's not going to bring people's respect and admiration for you. People might start looking down. People may pity on you. People may even ridicule. So again, you have to be careful on deciding what you're going to share with whom. It has to be a very mindfully done activity. But experience sharing is a very helpful tool.
This was a very thought-provoking segment of this session, I must say.
So all thanks, Ritika, for picking up this as a...
Picking up this topic as such, which was as such not covered in the whole session.
Absolutely, yeah.
Brought it to the forefront.
Absolutely.
We do every day in different ways, and we know not to do. Thanks, Ritika, for bringing it to the forefront.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
And it was a very well done presentation. Absolutely. Thank you. So Dr. Dipti, if we may have your presentation.
the screen visible?
Yes, it is visible.
So this presentation is about PowerPoint, which we use day in and day out. So I'll begin with my opening slide. And I'll begin with this slide. Do we really need a great PowerPoint presentation? The truth is, creating a really good presentation, that takes a lot of hard-skilled work. It may not be the effort when you're preparing to present some data in the daily operations review meeting. It's worth doing if you are preparing a lecture for a conference, or if you plan to present to external customers or to your own senior management, or if you lecture professionally as I do these days. Although it is surprising how often you see a professional speaker use slipshod fonts that would shame a beginner. And we have some opinion in the chat box about this slide of mine. Not actually confused about the main agenda. Too much writing, wrong choice of font and color, crowded letters. Yes. So the opinion is not good. And I think we have the points in the chat box. There was a lot of clutter, crowding of content. Color and contrast were obviously horrible. Font size, type used, so difficult to read. One was getting frustrated. I could see Dr. Birendra had just turned away his head and he was juggling with something else. It was just capturing his attention. Translation and animation were quite a... And
I think everybody got disinterested, you know. I was looking at everybody's face.
And I was reading verbatim, if you would notice. So was there anything good also in it? Anybody will like to share or speak?
Yes, ma'am. I think that was my first point in the chat box as well. It was a good slide to talk about stating how a slide should not be prepared. I think that's a good opening though. Again, it gave people express their opinions and actually gives you an idea of what they understand about this.
Did I try to add some humor to it?
Confused emoji was good.
Really, ma'am, we are laughing. Actually, you have just woke us up. We were all about to sleep by 10:30. I was shocked to see. I was expecting a lot from Deepthi, ma'am. Why such a slide she has prepared? I was just shocked to see.
I feel like a student exactly by doing something, and it's been really challenging to prepare this 5 slides to me. So now, can you see this slide next? Yeah. Is this one, the one which is right there on the screen, a better slide? What is your opinion? Can I have it in the chat box, please? Much better, comparatively better. Well, thanks for these nice comments. So the opinion is this one is a better one. And the reason was that I was not rushing through. Limited number of bullets, no crowding. Color and contrast was definitely more pleasing to the eyes. Font size and font type was suitable for easy readability. And use animation was limited and not jarring. So I'll give you some more examples. Now, what do we say about this font? What do we say about this font and this one? So we have a whole series of fonts which we often see on the PowerPoint presentations, and the bullets speak for themselves. So, and then some of the other examples of busy background. I'm sure the people will go nuts reading this with such sort of a background. And we do come across such slides at times in events that we attend. Color and contrast, I have observed even at times when I prepare my slides I prepared my own slides on a Mac and I'm presenting through some other laptop. And even the colors vary in that. So you should be, if you are aware of what device we are using and check out the colors, it will be great. Image overuse. At times we just go overboard, crowding with all sorts of images. And what about this one? Now this looks good. I'm sure all of you would agree. Limited number of points. It is visible, clean, soothing to the eyes. Images used limited number and which are appropriate. Another example is this one. Particularly pleasing to the eyes in terms of color or content. Now I will come to the disadvantage of using PowerPoint as a teaching tool. There is information, there can be information overload if we don't use it effectively. And at times, by some other manner, we may be able to explain a complex matter. Say if I'm teaching on a blackboard and a chalk, I may be able to draw out a pathway live for a better understanding from the student than just a bulleted phrases. And they are predetermined, so no spontaneity. For one, when I'm discussing a clinical case or a clinical topic, at times I love my spontaneity, which comes when I interact with the students. And PowerPoint it just doesn't treat the brain for spontaneity. And the learner is passive. When we see they're just scribbling notes or they're just listening. And of course, we all dread the equipment failure. We witness it so often. But then there are advantages too. And these are, as an instructor, especially when we are in the beginning and we are not very, the topic is not something that we do or teach every day or present every day, then it is good to have a presentation which provides us cue. It saves time and energy. Both of us, if we forget something or if we meander and we miss out on some important point, then that doesn't get missed out. It's portable, any part of the world, and we can present. And information in multiple modalities, like we can chip in videos, we can chip in some photographs, anything, and it helps improve comprehension and recall. So that is the advantage. So the way a PowerPoint is used will determine its pedagogical effectiveness. One is designing the presentation, the points that I just presented and we discussed. And second, retaining interaction. We should not just be reading from that. We should be able to make some eye contact with the audience. And I can tell you from my personal experience, it is very difficult. In the beginning, as a presenter, particularly sharing my experience with a teacher, it is difficult. Still, we tend to get lost. Making eye contact with a huge audience or a large audience, even a class of students, it's not easy. You have to develop that habit. Now, how to ace a PowerPoint presentation? Brainstorm and prepare. Even today, when a lecture I might have presented many times, I always have a look and rearrange and maybe rethink the way I'm going to present it. The number of slides, very important. For me, the rule of thumb I use is जितने मिनट का lecture है उतनी ही number of slides. So do maintain eye contact with the audience. Here I'm making eye contact with the camera. I should be making more contact with the camera. I'm trying to look because you people are on the right side of my screen, so I'm trying to look at there. Have more idea per slide. The summary slide. And doing a run through of your presentation before you actually present it. It doesn't have to rehearse once a while. Before, rather once or twice. At times I rehearse with the handouts or something if it's a complex presentation or some important meeting. So the ultimate goal is to convey a message effectively. This is what PowerPoint is meant for. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Dipti, for this presentation, because in one of the groups, some of the slides that were presented to me were really very, dark and white on white and using the Gradle background. So I was really surprised that still we are not, very well aware of how the presentation should be. So I requested Dr. Dipti to take this as a topic of presentation.
Believe me, it was very difficult for me to make 5 to 7 slides because I never thought it that way.
Mm-hmm.
By committing mistakes and by doing it and by seeing some mistake and thinking, so let's do it this way. But to think it, and I think this is a wonderful thing that the idea was entirely Dr. Hindu's. I worked on it, and I think I will keep it for all my residents and everybody about what the time they join. These are like presentation skills are required in our spheres of life nowadays.
I think in every sphere we are using presentations on very regular basis. That's the way we are now trained, teaching and training. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Wonderful. So with this, we come to the end of the whole thing. 2 things now. One is I'm going to share the post-program form with you. I've shared it in the group. Again, a very simple one. I request you to have a look at it and answer these questions. And I request everyone to put their presentation in the group so that everybody can have, have a record of the presentation with them. Yeah, I've received 2 responses as of now. So Ramya, I had shared the post-program assessment form. Did you get it, or you want me to repost it? Okay, I think I've received 11 responses. So just last 5 minutes for all of us to bid goodbye, and also a quick feedback from all of you. I had requested all of you to have something ready, very, what you felt or thought or what you experienced. And if you could quickly share your thoughts, that will be really wonderful. So maybe we start from Dr. Virender. Is that okay, Dr. Virender?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Maybe you can give your name and question, like from which hospital or where you are, and then what has been your experience with the program. That will be really nice.
Sure.
Thank you.
So I'm Dr. Virendra, and I'm the medical director and head of quality from Raj Hospitals. I'm presently at Ranchi these days. And, I would like to talk about my experience in this program. So first of all, I thank Dr. Indu for being an excellent faculty, more on a participative and a very friendly way. And I am definitely, we could, we have lived through the curriculum, I think, in the session, rather than, we talk about business excellence, we talk about operational excellence, and we talk about healthcare economics and quality. But I think what I have understood is from the session, while I was through the session and listening about and thinking about what is there missing, I think in the industry, we definitely lack focus on proper healthcare communication training. And there should be a program where the industry takes it up seriously and comes up with healthcare communication excellence as well. And I think definitely, Doctor, you're doing a great work on that front with all our colleagues. And I think the various batches that have undergone this and more to come in future. The entire industry does require this training. There should be more and more people coming forward for this. And irrespective of doctors or nurses or healthcare administrators, and even the politica, I mean, the society as such, whoever is involved in planning healthcare and comes across a patient's journey should have an idea about where and how the professional will find a space in this program. And I think, I mean, not to project more than required, but yes, the journey of healthcare communication excellence should be, we should work towards a proper program for doctors in the college level and the university level, as well as it should be a part of the induction in hospitals, as well as move towards, as I said, accreditation and awards various competitions. I mean, we need to come forward with ideas onto how to make it important and actually get to know more about it. So the country needs to wake up for this. I think we do a lot of hard work and good work every day, but if you're not able to communicate or make it feel, I think there is unnecessary damage that is happening. I would like to quote 2 lines more is that, as Socrates said that I cannot teach anybody, but I can only make them think. I think Dr. Indu, you did make us think, and we went through the entire session as we were a part of the journey, and much more to come, and we'll stay connected. And I would now want to just end by thanking you again. I'm happy with the part that there is a book that you have written, and it has come out, and I think the colleges, medical colleges and nursing colleges need to pick it up, and not just this, but they need to also come out with ideas as to how to take this forward. So all the best to you and to all our colleagues, and thank you very much for this excellent program and session. And we'll try to be in touch, and I'll try to practice and come back to you for any help required. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Birinder, for such a lavish, admiration for the program. And I think it's been a wonderful experience for me as well, because I learned a lot by interacting with all of you and learning from your experiences. And you come back with a lot of real life experiences. So you really add value to the program. Thank you so much for your kind words.
Thank you, Dr. Indu. Welcome, most welcome.
So if I may request the second person who would be that after Dr. Birinder, I can see Dr. Dipti. So Dr. Dipti, if I may request you to give your feedback, give your short introduction, and also, tell what has been your experience. That would be really nice.
I'm Dr. Deepti Goswami, and I'm working at Department of Obs Gynae, Maulana Azad Medical College in New Delhi for past 21 years. And I'm a unit head and an obstetrician gynecologist, as you realize. So I have been associated with communication skill courses at my place, which Dr. Indu conducts. But after attending this course, I realized they were just a drop in the ocean. They were too small for me to gain, even by being a co-faculty with Dr. Indu. But by being here through this journey of 10 weeks, I realized, I think I understood the length and breadth of it in a better manner, in a more comprehensive manner. And I was thinking much more. I was reflecting much more after each of the class. And whenever a topic would come out, I realized, oh, this has happened in my clinical experience. I could just bring out all those experiences about which I didn't have a name, what I was doing. So it is very good. Though it is supposed to be a training program for the trainers, I don't know how good a trainer I am capable of becoming, or am I still skilled enough? I need some more skills to be a trainer. But definitely in my small way, in my clinical practice, I'm going to disseminate this knowledge far and wide. And I would also say what Dr. Birinder said, there is a dire need to have a subject on healthcare communication in medical education. We have started with some courses which are called as EdCom courses, which relate to attitude, ethics and like this. But they are not being taken up that seriously in medical education as they should be, because we are totally blind to these things. And but gradually that awakening is coming, and Dr. Indu, I've shared a program with you. We have an Association of Gynecologists of Delhi. In one of the activities, they are keeping up a talk on healthcare communication.
That's so good.
I'll be chairing that session. I'll be seeing what the speaker has to say about it. And so awakening is coming, but it is so minimal. I will say it is minimal. And I will also like to inform you, Dr. Indu, as you said, we talked about, we don't disclose medical errors because we don't have a support. I am also the secretary of Association of Gynecologists of Delhi. And we have taken up charge since last month, and we are forming a help group, which we are calling AOGD, some risk management support group, ARMS, something like that, where we have requested one senior faculty who has been going to Delhi Medical Council to resolve disputes or to be a part as expert. and we are making our baby steps towards to see how, if we can have some group of support group of obstetricians to whom somebody who's having standalone practice can reach out to if they face such issues. So, I mean, the medical community, as far as the gynecologists, they are awakening to it, but it is hardly awakening. Awareness in healthcare communication. What do I say about the?
Going to take time. I completely agree.
Even in my department, only the two, me and Devendra used to go. They are aware, but they are totally blank about healthcare communication.
Absolutely, I agree with you, and we have to take those baby steps to make this happen. Thank you so much for your feedback, Dr. Dipti. Your interest and seriousness in taking the program and trying to implement it talks a lot about you, and I'm really impressed with your, dedication to the cause. I'm sure you will be able to bring a change in your department and amongst your friends. There'll be
this date every Saturday with you and all these lovely people was something which I never have wanted to miss.
I know we are all going to miss it. I completely agree.
Thank you. When Dr. Deepti said 10 weeks, then I realized, was it 10 weeks? Because it was like a part of every week. So I'm just barging in with that little thing. And I agree with Dr. Deepti. I think baby steps and another 15, 20 years, 25 years, I think a generation requires to go through this.
Absolutely. I completely agree. Thank you so much. Thank you. So next, if I may request Namrata to kindly give her feedback, that will be really nice.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, I would just start that, yes, it was 10 weeks a session, which seems like it was just 10 days back or 5 days back. So the whole session, it actually gave a great insight about me, myself, my belief, my working, and many other aspects of both personal and professional life. So at the end, I will just say, I will try my best to further share the learnings had with you, ma'am. And it was a great learning, whatever we have experienced through various methods, pedagogies, and everything. And the great interactive team made it more interesting. So thank you, everyone, and all the best, everyone, for great future. Right? We'll keep in touch. We'll be connected, actually. Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your feedback. Wonderful. Thank you. So next, if I may request Bhanu Rekha to give her feedback about the program, give your introduction, tell the name of the organization you are right now working with, and then share your experience with all of us.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for your valuable time, ma'am. So I am Bhanu Rekha. So I'm working as a nurse educator in One Life Home Healthcare in Chennai. We have been training nurses for home care, and I have been into training for almost 21 years. So thank you, ma'am. The session was very informative, and definitely we would try to implement your thoughts and strategies, whatever we have learned in this session, and we try to implement in our training. And I'm a real great admirer to your smile. That is going to be contagious for us also, and your patience. I can though I have been trainer for almost 20 years. These patients really, I'm just trying to take it from you for each and every week. I just try to adapt from you. And thank you so much for your valuable training, ma'am. I really enjoyed it and appreciate that you made it so fun and interactive the entire session. I feel much better prepared to deal with the situations even during in my course of training. And I look forward for attending much more sessions if at all possible in life. And wishing all good luck to all my teammates, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bhanu Rekha, for such a wonderful feedback and words of praise. I'm really impressed. And I think that's the thing that I want you to be, passionate about. Training people is molding people. So it's a lot of effort. But if you have that courage and confidence and passion, nothing can stop you. So when I started, it was like one person. I have created now so many clones, and I believe now we are going to really spread this message, to larger population, and we'll see more change also happening in the healthcare. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you. So can I request Dr. Ela to give her feedback about the program?
Yeah, thank you, madam. Thank you for the opportunity. So definitely, I want to share. I'm Dr. Ela Ghosh. I'm from Mumbai, Bhaktivedanta Hospital. It's a 200-bedded hospital. I'm working there as a medical administrator. It's been last almost 15 years now. So I want to share about the session that it was a very wonderful journey of course, it was just, I'm feeling that 10 sessions got over so fast. I mean, I'm not able to believe that actually it's the last session today. But it's not that I have learned first time this communication, small topics here and there, been learning, because of my personal interest also, and otherwise, since it's being a communication is an important topic. But the kind of training which you have taken for these 10 sessions, it was such a systematic way of having this healthcare communication, because it is otherwise this, very ambiguous thing for people to learn. Like sometimes they learn empathy, sometimes they learn just body language, but it has come up in such a nice and systematic way, which I was always being confused about. If I have to train someone, how will I do that? So I have got that confidence now that yes, there is a systematic approach, there is a way, there is a particular module which can be prepared and can be given to people, So I'm really confident about this, and I'm also looking at your hard work and sincerity. I'm getting inspired that it's not going to be easy, of course. There is no substitute for hard work, that I can realize that. The pedagogy which I actually, to be very honest, pedagogy word also I learned here. I mean to say, that way, from that I can start, So because the first time when you told, I checked in the Google, what actually does it mean? I wanted to understand the proper meaning of that word. So that is where, I learned so much from that angle, that of course I was using it, but I didn't know that this is the kind of called as pedagogy. So there are new way of presenting yourself, way of sharing your contents. So it's an excellent way which I learned that, and it will definitely help me in all my future endeavors, and I will take your support whenever required. That is what I take it from you. Thank you.
Anytime.
Thank you.
I'll be more than happy to help you.
Thank you to all the team members who made this session so wonderful. Thank you.
Absolutely. I think it's because of collective efforts of everyone and collective, participation that has really changed the level of the program. Thank you so much, Dr. Ila. So if I may request Pooja to share her thoughts and introduce herself and then talk about her journey, it will be really nice. Thank you.
Hi, good. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for the opportunity to discuss. I'm Pooja. I'm based in Chennai right now, and I was into the product development part in the medical devices sector, but now I'm into people development role, taking it up. And in that itself, as I shared in the starting, that many a time I've got this, because we are doing the trainings, and also I get this from the nursing community also, that do you actually take up for the nurses communication training, because there is a gap area. So I wanted to understand that gap area. I was seeking a place where I can get how and why, as Dr. Ila has just rightly told, a structured way to train on that. So my motive or objective was that itself. And in fact, I must mention, I should thank Dr. Prabhu Vinayagam also, because I reached out to him just to give me a go-to place, and I got an immediate response from his side. He told, you can join with Dr. Indu. She's taking it wonderfully. And I got that, immediately I rolled up to ma'am, and last minute entry I got in the program. So I got what I wanted and started to implement.
Dr. Prabhu who asked you to join? I didn't know this. Okay.
Dr. Prabhu, I just had an interaction with him. I asked, sir, now I'm looking for something like this, and I worked in prior with him also. So he just suggested, like, you can go to this course, and immediately rang up to you, and then it was what I expected. All the proper structured manner. It was something that I wanted to understand. At the same time, the experience sharing that I have got out of this so rich experienced group, that the other side, like so far I was dealing with the people who are facing the hospital people, and now I'm just understanding what are the things they are actually going inside the system. So it's an insightful learning, and I think it will be helping me out. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Pooja, for the wonderful feedback. And I'm sure this will help you in your life. And anytime you need help or guidance, we are all there. There are so many people on this group. I'm sure everybody will be happy to help you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. So, Dr. Gaurang, if I may request you to share your thoughts.
Is this better, ma'am? Like whenever I am on my Bluetooth, I believe there's some disturbance always. I hope this is fine. So
Yeah.
first, thank you for this opportunity, ma'am. So I'm Dr. Gaurang. I'm currently going to match for my residency shortly in India. So I just finished my MBBS and PGDMLE from National Law School. So with regards to this course, primarily I got to know about Dr. Indu from the book that she had written. I think, in fact, for one of my friends who's a YouTuber, I reached out to her, asking if she would like to give us a slot to interview her, to know, to communicate or to let the community know, the medical students community know about how this book's going to create an impact. So primarily the motto was to actually learn healthcare communication, to know the nuances in communication. And I must say, I'm absolutely satisfied. And there are so many intricacies, so many instances involved where I've given, this platform has actually given me a chance to introspect at the way I deal with things myself. Not just in communication with, patients or the medical community, but I think even on a personal note, it has touched us all. And I think reflective thinking on oneself, giving space to introspect, is going to be the biggest learning platform what somebody could have ever achieved. So that way, I'm extremely happy. Second, I got to master a lot of pedagogies, the teaching tools, teaching techniques, and I was fortunate to get such a wonderful batch. And I must say here that usually, I've been a part of a lot of certification programs that run online, but there's not a one-on-one interaction with everybody. There's not a one-on-one feedback with everybody. In fact, I still remember I missed the second session of the program, and Dr. Indu dropped me a text saying, it'd be better if you could join, or you could let me know beforehand that you were not able to join. That kind of a one-on-one interest on each of the participant is something that we rarely get to notice, because people generally in many of the programs, usually the number of people enrolling are more. They don't have time on one-to-one interaction. So I think the entire purpose of having to get that one-on-one interaction gets defeated. But this program was totally away from any of the normal expectations that I came up with. Second thing is, during the first session, I realized probably I'm the youngest and probably a novice in comparison to almost all my other batchmates out here. You're all well experienced in your own field, but I'm a complete newbie, a fresher. But thanks to Dr. Indu and thanks to all the teammates here, that each of you gave me an equal opportunity to keep my points, to speak out. You guys heard me when you had to, and you gave me your inputs. So that I think comes from the moderator primarily, and that way I'm happy that I got such a wonderful team. I got to learn a lot from all of you. Last but not the least, I've always had this feeling that a little bit of hesitancy when it comes to actually, I can say I'm an ambivert. There's a lot of bit of hesitancy when it actually comes to taking up difficult stuffs. So in fact, even when Ritika was playing Never Have I Ever, have you tried to shrug away when you have to break out difficult things? I think I was the first person to raise. So I'll try to avoid difficult conversations because I don't want to put others in spot nor hurt myself. That's how I have been. But this actually trained me on doing those things, which probably I'm going to face throughout my residency and upcoming practice years. And last but not the least, it has given me confidence that yes, I can be a trainer too, and I can actually spread, this information to a lot of people and actually help people master both on training, the pedagogies, as well as most importantly, healthcare communication. And as a person who has bridged both law and medicine previously, the take-home message for me, which I actually wrote as a purpose for joining this course in the pre-test analysis, which I believe is completely something that I got, was if you have an effective communication as an healthcare provider, you can prevent a lot of legalities and issues there. So thank you one and all. Thank you so much, Dr. Indu ma'am. This means a lot. This program is going to be very close to me. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
May I just add one line? Dr. Gaurav just said that he was the youngest one. Let me tell you, on this platform, me at my age and my whatever hierarchy, and you who are my daughter's age, We both stand on equal footing as far as our learning needs for communication skill go. So we were at the same level, let me say this much.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Dipti. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Gaurav. Thank you so much. So may I request Ramya to now share? Yeah, Dr. Birendra, you wish to say something?
Gaurang, you have very good communication skills. Okay, you're a very good orator. So just wanted to add that because I don't know when we'll speak next. But you're able to communicate and you have done it very well. I mean, just now also the way you have put everything. So I think that is a very good strength. And as a trainer, future trainer, that is going to help you a lot.
Absolutely.
All the
I completely agree with you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, Ramya, if I may request you to share your thoughts. Introduce yourself, your organization, and then share your thoughts.
Thank you, madam. So I'm Dr. Ramya. I'm working as a lead trainer with One Life Healthcare, which is a home healthcare company and it's having a pan-India presence, and we have got 6 branches all over the country. And myself and Banu Rekha, we work together and we train all our nurses who are coming into our organization. So I would like to share it, like, our company had a problem that why our nurses are not picking up, or when we are trying to improve the cost, people are not identifying the quality of nurses. So that time the soft skill have come into being, that soft skill will help our nurses to have a bridge between the patient and the quality, and they will also improve the way they are going to give care. And the feedbacks also came that empathy was not there, compassion was not there with the nurses. So then we thought we have to have a soft skill classes. So I made some trainers come into my organization, take it, but I was not satisfied basically, and we were not able to match it. Then I proposed, I think we trainers have to undergo the soft skills so that we could train our nurses very well than what other people do. And that time I came across a LinkedIn post which madam had posted, and everybody was praising her, ki, madam, you have given such a thing. And I was totally not knowing about her. But I really, when I saw the post, I really thought she is the one who could help me. And I proposed it to my company, and they also have funded me. Both of us have been funded by our organization to attend this course. So I am tomorrow morning when I'm going to give a feedback, I'm really, really very happy, madam, to say that I have really done a good course, and it is worth doing the course. And the company which has invested on us, they also would be happy by the results which we will be giving. Of course, we have to do a lot of reading and role play to become more good, but still it was a very good beginning, and I really feel good to be in this group, and I really feel happy. And I also miss you, all of you, because every Saturday we used to meet each and everybody, and we used to talk a lot, but that would be missing. But since still I have very happy to be in this group, madam. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ramya. Thank you for joining the program, being with us and participating. I hope this program helps you to actually, meet your requirement. I'm so glad that you are happy with the program. Thank you so much. God bless you. God bless you. So if I may request Dr. Monica to share her feedback.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I think most of the things, what I also felt have been already said by all the participants. So my takeaway would be on two fronts. First is my professional practice as a dentist, and second as a trainer, which I am not doing as of now much because of the pandemic. So definitely I'm going to apply it to my clinical practice. Therein I'm hopeful that I'm going to benefit, and obviously implying to my training programs also. And I would definitely seek your help in my programs, ma'am. And I've already referred to a lot of my dental colleagues to join your program, ma'am. So thank you so much, and all the best to all the participants from my side. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you. So Ritika and Dr. Shashikala, who else? Whoever wants to go first. Ritika, would you like to speak first?
Okay, I'll go first.
Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
So my name is Ritika Krishnan. I'm a psychologist at Sir H.N. Reliance Foundation Hospital in Bombay. And ever since I saw this course, I was waiting for the organization to arrange it, and then they kept delaying, and then finally I said, I'm not going to wait anymore. I'm going to ask ma'am one-on-one if there is this course. Can I just join? So I'm really happy I joined this course. It was fun learning from everyone. It was very enriching to know stories and cases and things that are happening, and role plays were a lot of fun, right from Dr. Shashikala's arguing for Sabudana Khichdi or Dr. Ila banging the table today. It was very entertaining. Like learning became fun, so that was like a really nice thing. And the presentations at the end also, we imbibed something. So this week when I had to conduct a training, which I rarely have to do, but this week they asked me to do something on mental well-being for the nurses. So this week when I did something, I included 2 pedagogies. So I thought you'd be very proud of me for that, and I'm grateful to the class and the course for teaching me so much. So thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for teaching us so much on a daily basis. And next Saturday is going to be very, very खाली सा लगने वाला है अभी next Saturday.
Thank you so much, Ritika. Thank you. God bless you. I hope this program comes to your help wherever you want to use it, Thank you. So if I may request Dr. Shashikala to share her thoughts, share your feedback. Do we have Dr. Shashikala with us, or she is logged out? Oh, that's okay. So that means we are now, I think Dr. Birender has also left because he had some issues and he had informed me that he will not be able to stay beyond. Acha, you are there? Oh my goodness. I was thinking that you have already logged out. Thank you for being there. Thank you. So at least we can take a picture that Gaurang has been asking for. So
yeah. I was actually planning to text Dr. Birender sir if he could actually wait for a moment that we capture this. And I've also asked that ma'am, towards the right, I guess you have the gallery or below which there's a view called immersive view. If you could
once again, where do I go first?
The view. You have an option called view.
Okay, on the right side, yes, I have an option view. Yes.
There's a third option called immersive view.
Yes, immersive view, absolutely.
And if you could click the auditorium part.
Oh, okay. There are many. So which one do you want me to take?
Auditorium.
So it says place participants into view automatically or manually. So automatically it's fine. But which one do you want me to use? There are a lot of them.
I think auditorium with the 25-seater one was like
that is one I could get. Oh yes. Can you all see yourself?
Yeah.
So should I take a picture?
Yes.
Okay. I wish Dr. Shashikala was there. I think she's going to miss this. Thank you. I've taken 2 screenshots. That's a new learning. Thank you, Gaurang. I think last minute you have added something new to the program, so that's really nice. Should I go back to the gallery view and take another picture for all of us? Okay, so I'll take one more picture with everyone inside. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I think it's a lot of learning for me as well, because every time I have a good, batch of interested participant, really raises the level of the program, and it asks me to raise the level by working harder to meet your expectations. Thank you once again. Keep in touch, and anywhere if I can be of any help, wherever you need my guidance or help, I'm there. Just a call away. Just message me and I'll be in touch with you. And July,
Ma'am, will you be conducting a graduation ceremony for all your groups? All your
I really hope so. July I will be coming back, but it will be very hot in July. So I think maybe when the weather becomes a little better, so we'll see if we can all meet at one place, because a lot of people in other batches are also saying that we want to meet
and
you.
Weather in Delhi is very unpredictable. Right now it's a pleasant breeze which is blowing in through the veranda. So you never know how the weather will be.
I know, but July I don't
to connect with everybody.
Yeah. I'll be back in the first week of July. So after that, maybe if we can see if we can meet all of you or some of you in some way, that will be really great. So
Dr.
thank
Indu,
you.
thank you again, Dr. Indu. Thank you very much. And I will be reconnecting with my CII assessors team. I'm an empaneled assessor on business and healthcare performance. So we have a reconnect on May 30th. So definitely we will talk about we should do something, just a proposal, that health application.
I'm not able to hear you.
Okay, are you able to hear me now?
No, I don't know. I think nobody's able to hear.
Okay.
It's not audible.
Now?
So maybe if you switch off video, maybe the audio will improve. Try if that works.
Can you hear me, doctor?
Not really, but slightly better. We are not able to hear anything right now. Yeah.
आप सुन पा रहे हैं मुझे अभी?
All of a sudden, the whole thing has, gone crashing. Otherwise, it was really good. You were like, thankfully, the feedback that you gave was excellent. I think it was in the best of your audio and visual, both. So you were making a mention. Oh, I think, maybe once he logs in now, it will be better. Yeah. Let's wait for 30 seconds in case if he wishes to join back. Yeah.
Well, I was just saying, ma'am, like if it's possible, like I would really like to meet all of you once. Maybe a common place, like considering most of them are in Mumbai, maybe Mumbai or Delhi. I think that's what suits best. I think Chennai also, there are three, four. I think I'm also basically from Chennai, but like I'm also from Mumbai. I'm also from Delhi, so I've been all through. So for me, any of these four places work. But yeah, definitely, I'd love to meet all of you one day.
I have a couple of travel plans, lined up in the months after I come back to India, for Bombay, then for Bangalore, maybe Chennai. I'm not sure, but maybe. Then Jammu. So maybe if that happens, I'll definitely, message in the group and see if we all can meet at one place. That will be.
Come to Mumbai, you please let me know.
Definitely.
Yes,
Definitely.
me also. We three will do some role play or something.
Sure. Definitely.
When you come to Chennai, please let us know, ma'am.
Absolutely. I'm like we are in talks. Let's see what happens. Plus, I have a couple of other assignments lined up, so I'm not sure how it will work out. Hi, baby. Very cute. Yes, Monica. Lovely. Dr. Birender had joined. Are you there, Dr. Birender? His audio is, Dr. Birender, your audio is not connected. So I really want one last advice from all of you. The last session usually becomes almost like 3 hours. Is there a way to cut it down? Because I don't want to cut down on the last interaction. But then
Ma'am, there is no way, and don't cut it, ma'am.
Because once you know the thing is coming to an end, you want to sit for a longer time.
Actually,
I mean, let it be like this.
And the session is very important. Topic is very important. I don't want to cut down on the content. I really don't know. I was thinking that everybody must be thinking that she talks about time management, but her own time management in the last session goes haywire.
Maybe we can inform people in advance that last session will be of 3 hours, so we can start early. That way we can.
This is what I was thinking, that in all my future sessions, right in the beginning, I'll inform that the last session will be for 3 hours, because we'll be closing this session. Maybe that's the way it is going to help me. Thank you so much. I think that's a good word of advice. Thank you.
Or required for the formal session. This is entirely informal interaction. So we shouldn't apply time management here.
I have a suggestion, ma'am. Like, if I may suggest, like in few of the programs, what happens is like there are 10 sessions planned, there are 10 workshops, and post which there's another 11th session. Like that 11th is going to be that informal session where people give feedback, people give, and that's one half of the session. Well, the second half is like an online graduation day, like where there's a virtual background, everybody sits wearing the robe, and then they kind of throw the caps. So yeah, if this it could be incorporated, then probably it can be a 11th session where one asks for the feedback, and then one asks for the online graduation ceremony, and then probably if things permit, we all could just hold a glass of juice and raise a toast, and say, yeah, we're getting it done.
New ideas now, new ideas. Thank you so much. That's a wonderful idea. I think that's also a good idea, that if we have 11th session as the closing session, where we have collective feedback and we talk about how do we make it better and what all we need to really, change. I think that should have been one of the things I should have asked you, that since you have attended all 10 classes, so one thing that you think that I need to work on and to change, even that would be a good, feedback to me, because ultimately the idea is the program should become better and useful and meaningful to serve our healthcare delivery system. Assessment of the participants, Monica?
I think she means that only.
or the speaker.
Participants, ma'am, obviously.
Dealing with, I don't feel like using assessment as a word for certification. It's all a voluntary process. You are coming here with the desire to learn something, and you all are giving so much of time and energy to the program, that I think I'll be failing if I ask you to, okay, I'm going to assess you before I give you a certificate. I don't think, that would be in the right spirit. Only thing is, like, you start planning your programs, and wherever you have any challenge, get back to me. We'll talk about it. We'll find a way to work on it. I'll be sending you your certificates, but before that, you need to give your exact name that you want to be written in the on the certificate. So if you can WhatsApp me in the group, then I'll be sending you a certificate. Get a photocopy, print out of it, and don't forget to post it on your network, because people should know that now you are a master trainer in healthcare communication. See, I always say business without advertisement is something like winking at a girl in dark. She knows, you do not know. And it is for boys also, it is opposite also. If you are a girl who is winking, so winking at a boy in dark, which he does not know. So we must, it's not fake advertisement. We are not faking anything. We have put in a lot of effort. It's not like 3 hours program you have attended and you have said, okay, it's every time I see the video, it's not 2 hours, it's always 2 hours, 10 minutes, 2 hours, 20 minutes, 2 hours, 30 minutes. So it's almost like 25 hours of investment you have done. It's not a small investment.
Okay,
So
will these videos be taken off the YouTube, or will they stay? I don't know about that.
I don't intend taking it unless YouTube decides to take it off. I don't know the policy of YouTube, but I have put it on private mode, and it's only among you. If you like to share with your friends and others, I don't mind. But I think nobody will really enjoy it because you have participated in it, so you know what is actually being done. But even if you share, it doesn't make difference to me.
Because actually we can use it to reflect and go back to what our learning process was. So this is
Yes.
I like to use it for.
I would recommend, if you want, you can download the video and keep it as a record for you. Because I do not know what is the YouTube policy. Last time, one session, Ritika, you were asking for that video recording. I was not able to place. I thought YouTube has kind of messaged me enough for free storage. Now you get rid of. But after 3-4 days, I could locate the video in my, library. So if you want, you can download the. So with this, I think we should close the session. It's almost like what time it is in India? 11?
It's almost 11:30.
11:30.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
And still we are energized. Nobody's feeling sleepy, I guess.
Thank you so much, one and all, for giving your valuable time, energy, efforts. I think they mean a lot. And everybody, took it very seriously to make sure you attend regularly, seriously, and participate. I think that's the credit goes to all of you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Good night.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye.
Bye.
Bye,
Thank you,
everyone.
ma'am.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Ma'am.